In the name of Allah, the most kind, merciful and loving. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to online classes again. It class, how are you? I hope that you will be fine. This is our lecture number 5 of English. And the topics we shall discuss in this lecture are from chapter number 3, that is a poem on the ocean. And first of all we shall do glossary of this chapter. Then after that we shall do exercise A. Then after that we shall do exercise B. Then from English B we shall continue use of it and there, and we shall do exercise number 1. Now first of all we shall do chapter number 3 on the ocean, and we shall start glossary. Here are some phrases and words in front of us. We have to give the meaning of them. These are from your book. You can open it from your book also. These are the glossary words. Okay. The first word is copper sky. The sky was like a sheet of copper. I have told you very clearly the meaning of copper sky, that the sky which is in brown color, in golden color which has sheet of copper. The second one is bloody. Bloody means like blood in color, mean very hot. The third one is stuck, nor breathe nor motion, indicates that everything was motionless, even the ocean. इशारा करता है कि हर चीज बेहरकत है, यहाँ तक कि समंदर भी. The last one is as idle as a painted ship upon a painted ocean. एक पेंटिंग में जहाज और समंदर की तरह बेहरकत और अभी भी. Motionless mean बेहरकत and still अभी भी. So these are the glossary words. You have to learn them by heart, and you have to do practice of these on your practice notebook. Now we shall continue chapter number 3 on the ocean, and we shall do exercise A. Answer the following questions, and question number 1 is write the main idea of the poem. We have to tell the main theme of the poem. The answer will be the poem explains the hardships and dangers that the poet and the crew faced during the sea voyage. The poem explains about the problems that the poet and the crew faced when they were on a sea voyage. Question number 2 is define the bloody sun. The answer will be it means very hot sun, which represents the anger of God. Question number 3 is why everything was stuck. Answer will be everything was stuck and still because wind was not blowing. Everything was not moving. Everything was still there because wind was not blowing. There was no wind. That's why they were stuck. Question number 4 is what do you understand by painted ocean? We have to tell the meaning of painted ocean. The answer will be it means still, motionless and lifeless ocean as in a painting. When you see a painting, the things, the persons in a painting cannot move. They are still there. The things in the painting look like lifeless, like they have no life. This is question number 5. Explain the last stanza in your own words. We have to explain the last stanza. The answer will be these lines have been taken from the poem On the Ocean, which has been written by S.T. Coleridge. These lines are from the poem On the Ocean, and the poet name is S.T. Coleridge. The poet says that sea water was everywhere, but they did not have a drop of fresh water to drink. The poet is telling us that there was sea water, but they are still thirsty. They did not have even a drop of water to drink. It was a hot day that the wooden boards of their ship had shrunk. It was a hot summer day. There was too much heat. Even the boards made of wood had also shrunk. You have to write these question answers on your neat notebook, and you have to learn them by heart. Now we shall do chapter number 3 on the ocean exercise B. The exercise number B is related to rhyming words. First of all, we should know about the what are the rhyming words. Rhyming words are two or more words that have the same or similar ending sounds. The words which have same ending sound, that words are known as rhyming words. For example, some examples are in front of us. These are goat, boat, moat, float, and coat. All these have same and similar ending sounds. So these are rhyming words. After the discussion of rhyming words, we have to do exercise B, that is underline the words in the poem which rhyme with these. Now few words are in front of us and we have to tell the rhyming from the poem. The first word is drink and we have selected the word from the poem that have same rhyming, that is shrink. Drink, shrink. Then ocean and motion. Moon, noon. This exercise you will write on your book. Now we shall start English B and we have to do use of it and there from English B and we shall do exercise number 1. Before we have to start the exercise number 1 of use of it and there, we have to recall the previous lecture where we had discussed that where we have to use it and where we have to use there. First of all, we use it with weather and similar condition. When weather and similar conditions are mentioned in the sentence, then we shall use it as an introductory subject. Then when in the sentence time, dates and days are mentioned, then we shall use it as an introductory subject. Then when we are emphasizing something, then we shall use it, and when there are parts of the day, then we shall use it with that sentence. Then where we have to use there, we have to use there when there is existence and absence of something, then we shall use there at the start of the sentence, then we shall use there as an introductory subject. Then after that we have to use there when they in the sentence there will be adverb of place. Then after that whenever there will be time, present, past or future, we have to use always there in that sentence. Now few sentences of use of it and there are in front of us. This is exercise number 1. We shall discuss one by one that where we have to use it and where we have to use there in these sentences. First sentence is आज सख्त गर्मी है. It shows that it is a weather, so we have to use it as an introductory subject. We have to use it at the start of the sentence as a subject. So it will be it is very hot today. शाम हो गई है. Sham is showing that it is part of the day, so we have to use it as an introductory subject. So it will be it is evening. मेज पर कोई किताब नहीं है. It is the absence of something. It is the absence of book. So we have to use there at the start of the sentence. There is no book on the table. क्या खेल के मैदान में कोई खिलाड़ी है? It is presence of something. We have to use there here. But one thing keep in mind that because this is interrogative sentence, so we have to use there after the helping verb. It will be is there any player in the playground? क्या इस तालाब में मछलियां नहीं हैं? Are there no fish in this pond? We have to use there after the helping verb are. Now few more sentences are in front of us. पानी में बहुत से मेंढक थे. There were many frogs in water. प्लेटफॉर्म पर कोई मुसाफिर न था. There was no passenger at the platform. Now this sentence is in past form. There was. Okay. खेत में कितने मवेशी थे? How many cattle were there in the field? टोकरी में कुछ सेब हैं. There are some apples in the basket. So here is the presence of apples, so we have to use there. दरिया के किनारे 4 कश्तियां थीं. There were 4 boats along the bank of river. Here are the last 5 sentences of this exercise. मकान में कोई ना था. Absence of something. There was nobody in the house. संदूक में नए कपड़े नहीं है. There are no clothes in the box. छत पर कौन है? Who is there on the roof? क्या ओले पड़ रहे हैं? Is it hailing? पिंजरे में शेर ना था. There was no lion in the cage. At the end of the lecture, what will be your home task? First of all, you will learn glossary by heart. Then after that, you have to write and learn exercise A and B. Exercise A you will write on your notebook because these are answer the following questions. Then exercise B you will write on your book. Then after that, you have to understand and learn exercise 1 of use of it and there. I hope that you have understood all the topics we have discussed in this lecture. Now it's time to end our lecture here. Take care. Thanks for watching. Allah Hafiz.